Thank you again on many levels. You are welcome on many levels. And did I invent this heart meditation and what precipitated this? Okay, well, I talked about this at the beginning of the course, and it's related to the things that I have just shared with you. And I can say, well, let's see, did I invent this? Not really. What happened was that I discovered something that was in plain sight. I think that's the way to say it. And then it taught me. That's the correct answer. I discovered something that was in plain sight. And then as I explored it, it started teaching me and revealing things to me. That's the answer. Now, what was in plain sight? Well, I had been listening to people's pulses for years and years, decades and decades. Okay. And so I was already listening to people's pulses, but I was listening to the pulses from the medical standpoint. And sometimes, every practitioner listens to their own pulse like this, and they start to learn some things. But then the revelation actually happened because I just moved my thumbs like that. That's all it was. I just shifted my hand position and put it down in my lap. And all of a sudden, what was always there, nobody ever told me do it like this. I just decided, well, I'm just going to relax and I'm just going to listen to my own heartbeat. And so I started listening to my own heartbeat. And I noticed that it had a really relaxing effect on my mind. And so I started listening to my own heartbeat more. And then I started to notice that, oh, I can link this to medical knowledge. And then I started noticing, oh, this links to the breath. And then I started noticing, oh, this is starting to get like Vipassana here. This is really starting to go into body-based meditation practice. And so I started listening more and more. And then I started to understand and link the simple awareness of the heartbeat to all kinds of things that I had learned previously from Chinese medicine and Taoism and Tantra and Vipassana and so forth. And that became the system of 16 methods that were presented in the course. And you know from the course that it starts off with very simple practice of just listening to the pulse, just like we did today. But then it goes into immediately step-by-step analysis of what does this mean, like we explored today. We are paying attention to the pulse automatically. That takes us to a completely different level of study. What does it mean to be present with our own heartbeat? Automatically, it takes us to a completely different level of healing and meditation practice. And that opens up all of these topics about what is attention, what is the mind, what is prana, how do the mind and the brain interface? And then we go deeper and deeper, and I started to perceive not anything new. I just started to perceive the teachings from Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic medicine in my own heartbeat. And so I learned about the 7 levels of the heart prana through Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine, but I just put them into practice with my own heartbeat. So that's the answer to the question. It was in plain sight the whole time. I just started paying attention to it. And then the heart started to show me all these things based on my previous training in these spiritual and medical systems. And then all of these things started to fall into place about the tankas, the deities, and the iconography. And why is it that the deities in the tanka, the center of the tanka is the heart of the deity? I started to experience the heartbeat through the lens of the 5 elements of Ayurvedic medicine. The elements are moving through the body, they're moving through the heartbeat. I started to experience it through the lens of of teachings of prana and chi. And so basically I already had the background, and all I did was I started looking at all of that information, all those spiritual teachings through the experience of the heartbeat. All right.